Respected co-sadhakas, salutations, welcome you all, gratitudes to you all, and also the hearty congratulations, appreciations for being so consistent and regular. A very good initiative beginning. May we settle in this thing of being regular in our Shravana Swadhyaya sadhana, which slowly definitely opens up all the closed gates of spiritual unfoldment right from the beginning of understanding clarity onwards through the convictions and commitments of doing sadhana till we reach the goal. May the Lord, the Gurus, the Shastras, Shruti Mata bless us in this regard. May our prayers be intense to them. Remember the 13 Vyaktitvas to be strengthened in us. The Loka Sevaka, Dharma Sthapaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Prerita, Parishrami, Prashanta, then the Bhasha Pravina, Samskrita. The six sources of blessings, the Devata Ganas, the Guru Ganas, the Shruti Ganas, the Adi Parashakti Mata, Ishvara, then the absolute truth, the reality, the Parambrahman. Shwethashwathara Upanishad of Krishna Yajurvediya is the subject we are studying after exhaustive Sambandha Bhashya. Now you see how vigorous we were, intense we were, involved we were in studying it. 2 days are over. If you look back, nothing is remembered. Though the knowledge is so substantial, so important, yet because of the inabilities in our faculties, all that is received seems to go away. Purna Rupsi, it won't go. Some impressions it leaves, but still it is as if we have not heard anything only. This shows the need of two things: our increasing of the abilities of the faculties, then the consistency. छोड़ दिया छूट जाता है, नहीं छोड़ना इसलिए. In this Shwethashwathara Upanishad, after the Sambandha Bhashya, in the Prathamodhyayaha, we are along with those Brahmavadins seated in that Brahma Sabha, where the Vadanam, the Vicharana started happening. From known reaching to the to be known or unknown is any of the journey of inquiry. Worldly, spiritual also. Known is the world in front of us, and unknown or to be known is the truth or the reality. Therefore, they started inquiring about not the worldly things, nor even they were wanting anything of the world, but they were in discussion to search about the Karana of the entire Jagat. That is the discussion starts in pursuit of the excellence or the Brahman in this Upanishad. And the Karana search is so beautiful. I know. Because as we saw yesterday, so many examples. If you can find the reason and then rectify it there, if there is any problem in the effect, if in the effect there is any problem, we go to the cause and rectify it. Or if we want a choice of effect or the result. We know the cause and implement it. All in all, cause knowing is always greatest thing, beautiful thing. In the cause, intellect works only in the hunting of the cause. In knowing the cause, we can change, modify all our effects. That capacity comes to us. That's why search of the Karanam. Science also does that, spirituality also does that. That is why the question Kim Karanam Ityadi. And then slowly it will take us towards the Brahma Vidya. How step by step? Let us see when we follow each of the mantra, each of the adhyaya. Like in the evening in Yoga Vasishta, those 5 chapters of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, how complete they are in inspiring us in Purushartha, and then the followed by it, Atma Bodha. How beautiful is the text is in guiding in the contemplation regarding the self. Essence of all Upanishads, but put in such a simple language. In the same way, this Upanishad, Shwethashwathara, is very sweet, very tasty. It is not highly complicated or ambiguous. It brings all aspects of sadhanas of upasana, yoga, karma yoga even. So it's a very good movie which has all rasa aswadan. Not only one boring heavy theme. This is a speciality of these Upanishads. Other Upanishads are that way beautiful that they don't talk about anything else, straight away the truth. Slowly, steadily, let us enjoy this one. Before that, our Sankalpa and Prarthana, and before that, like every day, let us spend 10 minutes in our uh, thinking about some common sense thought. In today's thought, all is based on one basic thought, and that basic thought is we must have, we must have, with proper understanding, after proper understanding, we must have in our life to be steady and to be really growing. What we must have is thought fixation or fixed thoughts or fixed opinions. Just like in some of the cases, definitely we have to be not fixed, we have to be flexible. In the same way, there are some areas, places in our life we have to be fixed in our thought. Of course, not rudely, not adamantly, not fanatically, but then with proper understanding. What are the things in which we have to have fixation in the thoughts? Few of them let us see. First and foremost, see, when we are in this life from birth to death in front of us, we see the things, objects, we see the beings, the people around. We also see the various situations that are there presented, various experiences that are given to us. You know, things, beings, situations, and experiences. Four things are there in front. Now, first thought fixation is that key. We have not come into this world. We are not born in this world to suffer because of these things or beings or situations or experiences. Because nobody wants suffering. So we have not come here at all to suffer. Fixation होना है thought में. Just imagine what will be the state of our mind and heart if this fixation comes. कि मैं यार पागल थोड़ी हूँ मैं कि दुखी होने थोड़ी आया हूँ. Think it in that local language. We have not come here to suffer at all. That strong thought fixation is required. We are not here to suffer. No, it's wrong. It is not required at all. No jiva comes to the universe world to suffer with the things and beings, situations or experiences. Then naturally the question has to be asked. Ki, then why are we suffering? Definitely we have to accept also that we are suffering. Is it? Immediately the answer should be very clear, thought fixed only in that. There should be never a second doubt. Think as much as you want. But once the crystal clear understanding comes, we have to be ruthless in fixing our thoughts, which is very required for doing, though it is little difficult. Ki, though we have not come here to suffer, still we suffer in the things and beings only because, second thing, we are entangled in them. We are lost in them. We are caught up in them. In whatever the way that you do the homework. I need not explain all of that, you know it. We are not here to get, therefore, we are entangled in them, therefore, we suffer. Therefore, naturally, the second thought fixation is followed by this is what? Thought fixation is I am not here to get entangled in anything or being. Think about it. Whoever they may be. Why are we entangling and getting suffering? Or entangling or getting lost in that way that we are suffering, for which we have not come. This inquiry and leading to the understanding, leading to the fixation of the thought. And it's a healthy thing. I am not here to suffer. And the cause of suffering is I get entangled with the people, of course, with raga, dvesha and all. I am not here for that purpose also. Then obviously the question, then why the people are around me? Whoever few are there. The whole world has 800 population, crores. All are not around us. Only few are there. Why they are around me? Simple answer is what? Even to get out of whatever the entanglements I brought with them, for them or along with them, to get out of that I came. Not to strengthen it, not to add new things. Like you and I have come together for what? Not to get fixed more and more, and nor together to get more people in our entanglements. Worldly wise, I am saying. But we are here only to get freed from each other. Freed from each other in all the worldly sense. In the obligation aspect or the dependencies aspect, etc. Spiritual thoughts, huh? These are all. So we are here to cut off all only, not to get more entangled. You know? Those who don't have the spiritual outlook, then they do all the things by which the entanglements grow. Then, along with the entanglements, more than sukha or shanti or happiness, there will always be the dukkha only. We have to be very careful about it, very conscious, very everybody's. It's not everybody's bite to think in this way. People are very casual. जैसे चल चलता है, हम जिएंगे, दुख भी झेलेंगे, है ना? तुम्हारे वास्ते मैं मेरा जिंदगी भी पूरा न्यौछावर करने को तैयार हूँ. दिस ए हाईली फिलोसॉफिकल सेंटेंस, बट 100% बेवकूफ है. जिंदगी इज नॉट फॉर एनी stupid human beings around, whomever they are, whoever they are. Jindagi is not for the objects, especially the human. We have not come for that. So thought fixation haven't come to suffer. Thought fixation 2, I haven't come to get entangled. Thought fixation 3, I am here only to get out of, get rid of, and make around me such a strongest to kavacha, shield, that no new entanglements I involve in, I get into, I create. For even if from some source it tries to come, that entanglement, wise enough I am to get out of that, or don't allow it to influence me. Fourth thought fixation. Okay. Then obviously, what for I have come then? What for I have not come, I have seen. I have not come to suffer. I have not come to get entangled in the things and beings. I have come to get rid of all those. And a thought fixation is not allowing the new. Then what for we have come? Only one purpose. We have come only to know ourselves. Make it simple. Make it simple. Know ourselves. Know our, okay, add one or two more words. Know our true self. Know our real self. This is the only purpose for which all jivas are born, but in other yonis, it is not possible for them. You have to realize that for this purpose they came. In the human life, this is a possible because we have the gurus, we have the shastras, we listen to them, then they explain to us, beta, ye purpose. Even in that also, those are still at the animal level. In the human body, they won't even come to listen to these things where what is the purpose of birth is told. Some of them get a chance to listen very once, twice, but they are only that much lucky enough. Thereafter, again, they live life only for the world or outer things, like any of the Pashu. Only those who are blessed for whatever the reasons, we don't know, some are known, that they will consistently will get an exposure to Guru Shastra in which the purpose of life is clearly, specifically told that we are here only to realize our actual self. Then the other things, because it everyday discuss, I will not tell. Because self alone is real, it is infinite, it is blissful. अब ये सारा आपको पता है, I don't tell. So I have here, what for I have come? Thought fixation only for the Paramatma Anubhava. Nothing else I have come here for. See, even the thought is not fixed this way, then there we give chance for many alternatives. अब वो जा करके हमको तबाह कर देते. The alternatives given is the cause for our suffering in life. We cannot give. In fact, in any of the works fields also, if you are not single pointed, here thought fixation means the single pointed attention, of course, with the proper thinking and clear understanding. There's no doubt regarding. If you don't have that, no, that nischayatmika buddhi, as we talk in Gita, then no, bahusakahi anantasya buddhaya avyavasayina. Krishna Bhagavan says, those who are not having the vyavasayatmika buddhi, the nischayatmika buddhi, the fixation of the thought in a correct manner, then bahu shakaha anantaha cha shakaha. Variety, and in each variety, thousands are the other things in which our mind goes as if it is the pursuit or the purpose of the life. सोच ही नहीं रहे हम, हर एक चीज हमारा पर्पस बन रहा है जिंदगी में, और हर एक को करते करते होल लाइफ इज गेटिंग एंडेड विदाउट इवन बिकमिंग अवेयर दैट पर्पस किस लिए आए हम, व्हाट फॉर वी हैव कम, विदाउट नोइंग. We all are dying. That death is called born and died like the blade of grass. Sasyamiva martya bachyate. Without even recognizing for what purpose we are born as human being, dying is called as the birth and death like that of blade of grass. Not even animal it is said. Sasyam iva martyah bachyate. Okay. Now, once we are fixed that our arrival's only purpose is Paramatma Prapti, then the second thought fixation is entire life of mine will be only for this pursuit. इसका भी thought fixation होना चाहिए. Again यहाँ also थोड़ा सा lenience दे दिया, then the other things enter. Then it delays the process, that's it. Why should we delay? Sometimes it may become distraction also. Sometimes it become a strong obstruction also. है कि नहीं? An intelligent person is apramatta. He never gives chance to anything, takes granted anything. When it is not required for me, and when I know what's required for me, why do I give chance to anything? Therefore, whole life is dedicated only for this. Is the next thought fixation. Any example, like again, the mind says, let us go somewhere, do something, enjoy something. Now, is it required for the main goal of knowing the self? Not at all. When it is not required, then why do you go there? You understood? This type of thought fixation. Okay, that's not required for me, so I'll not go there. The same thing is it is in positive ways, the entire life is dedicated only for the Atma Paramatma Prapti. Thought fixation. If we are not fixed, then our pursuit for the main goal will not be 100%. Our efforts cannot be 100% for it. As we said just now, it delays the process, and these things in which we involve, they disturb us. Certainly, they disturb. For the simple reason that in the pursuit of Atma Prapti, we have to be calm and quiet in the mind, single pointed in the mind. But all these things will distract only, no, our mind. Disturb our mind, agitate our mind. Now you understood what is the meaning of पुत्रेषणायाश्च वित्तेषणायाश्च लोकेषणायाश्च व्युत्थाय. And you all know now, you and I matured enough now that when you are sitting for the sadhana, why is not happening? Because all the world is still in our mind. How is it there? Because we have given importance to it. Why? Because there is no thought fixation. Which thought? That my life is only for the main goal for which I have come. ये निश्चय नहीं है ना fixation of thought. Therefore, all other things can drag me, derail me, distract me, tempt me, pull me. This is immaturity. In this, we are not serious and sincere. This is a sign for that. If I am doing anything else other than Atma Prapti Sadhana, it shows I am not serious, I am not sincere, I am not matured. Anything we do with all our so called, intelligence, so called, शास्त्र ज्ञान सो कॉल्ड कुछ भी कहो कुछ कर रहे हो क्या तुम परमात्मा प्राप्ति के अलावा हाँ कर रहा हूँ then you are not matured. That's the meaning of being single pointed. It is not a condition, it's a necessity, isn't it? It's a necessity. ऐसा करने से होता है परमात्मा प्राप्ति. Okay. Now in this, after this much said, the next few things are thought fixation in so many things. Okay. Thought fixation in some 15-20 things you have to have. Again, all are spiritual sadhana related fixations. I'll just enumerate them. Whichever are required, you can catch them, etc. The thought fixation is I must do karma yoga. Thought fixation that I must do yoga abhyasa sadhana. Thought fixation that I must do bhakti sadhana. Thought fixation that I must do the jnana sadhana. फिक्स होना चाहिए हमको. फिक्स नहीं है तो हम लोग और कुछ करेंगे. पॉइंट इज द सेम. और कुछ करना मीन्स लेजिंग, और कुछ करना मीन्स एंटरटेनमेंट, है ना, और कुछ करना मीन्स इन्वॉल्विंग इन द अनवांटेड थिंग्स, collecting unwanted data. These are all samsara. This is the immaturity we continuously follow. The maturity is this. Okay. Then the next level of the thought fixations are no, required they are. Like I have to do the bhakti sadhana, we said. So in that I have to do the upasana, fix. In that again, remember, this Lord's upasana I do, उसमें fixation होना चाहिए. Even though you worship all, 3 4 5 भगवान को लगाओ, but उसमें fixed एक होना है ना? If you are able to see the Brahman in all of them, then okay. If not, one Lord fixed. सब है मेरे गैलरी में, सबको नैवेद्य देता हूँ. लेकिन मेन इज शिव और विष्णु. फिक्सेशन. दैट्स वाई पंचायतन पूजा. चारों चारों तरफ लगाते हैं, बट देयर मेन लॉर्ड इज इन द सेंटर. If you take only one Lord and worship, that takes you Paramatma. But to avoid the disliking from other lords, Devata Rupas, we are told to do the puja of all of them. Okay? So fixation of the Upasana Paddhati, fixation of the Devata to whom we are doing Upasana. Isn't it? Of course, in that the Sankalpa is only one. Lord, make me qualified for Paramatma Prapti. That's it. There's no other. इसमें भी thought fixation. संकल्प में भी thought fixation होना चाहिए. तो worship Shiva, done. This way I am doing, done. Relentlessly. Fixed in that. And doing every day. In the same way, you need to do the another upasana sadhana japa. So you may take many mantras for the japa in general for your taste. बट उसमें से एक भगवान और एक मंत्र को पकड़ना चाहिए. Whichever it is. That should be your central thing, fixed on that. And otherwise, many we do, but we are busy in doing many things, but not in the purpose for which that is done. Dekho, the mind's technique and the Maya is what? It makes us busy in doing the things. While doing so, it makes us forget that for what we are doing. Then what happens? That doing remains, purpose is forgotten. When the purpose is forgotten, the doing becomes mechanical. And once it is mechanical, we lose the taste for it. When we lose taste for it, we give it up. Clear? In the same way, one grantha in our life. All granthas you study, but one text, Atmamodha. But uske dwara I'll reach Paramatma. Other I read for the confirmation of knowledge and all. Conviction of the knowledge, any additional points if required. But ek text. In the same way, one guru. Everybody is your guru. No? You can respect all math. But one person, because you can surrender to that guru. Guru is for surrender. Not he surrenders to us. We have to. So, ek guru, thought fixation. Other gurus also we respect. But he is our guru. This is my text. This is my Lord. This is my puja paddhati. This is the japa mantra. See, when the mind is fixed and we involve in them, then there is clarity in our doing the sadhana. Then we can obviously see the result also. Isn't it? Then comes last thought fixation, last but one, regarding very essential thing is keeping some idols in front of us. Nothing wrong. Required that I want to learn from him or I want to be like him. In each of the field, like bhakti mein. You have heard so many Mahabhakta stories. तो एक को हमारे इंस्पिरेशन के लिए सामने रखना है फिक्स. नहीं तो अगेन आवर माइंड कीप्स ऑन लेटिंग लूज. लाइक यू होल्ड योर चाइल्ड्स हैंड इन एनी मार्केट प्लेस और एग्जीबिशन. छोड़ दिया तो भाग जाता. कहीं जाएगा वो पता नहीं. वो इज अट्रैक्टेड टू सो मेनी चाइल्ड. सो टू द माइंड. So many characters. Hanumanji is there. He is my idol. Fix. Because purpose is not Hanumanji. Purpose is through him as an ideal fixed. I want to develop devotion like him. दास्य भक्ति कहते। Because it कुछ तो हो ना मन में जो जिसको याद करके हमको प्रेरणा मिलता है, मुझे वैसा बनना है, वैसे करते हुए। We have not fixed it. We go to Hanuman ji only to say कल मिलेंगे। He says ठीक है बेटा, मिलना है तो मिलो। यार you should be like him. भक्ता हनुमान जी की तरह रहना है भक्ति में, नॉट ओनली हमें। और प्रहलाद जी गुड एग्जाम्पल। कोई तो हो हमें एक आइडियल, वी ऑल नो, बट एक को देखोगे, इफ यू टेक हनुमान जी लाइक आइडियल, देन यू विल इंक्वायर इन व्हाट वे हनुमान जी डेवलप्ड भक्ति, हाउ ही एक्सप्रेस्ड भक्ति, देन वी डू इट। आवर पर्पस इज नॉट हनुमान जी, आवर पर्पस वी हैव टू बिकम भक्त। और द प्रहलाद जी और परीक्षित और अर्जुन, किनको आप पसंद करते हो भक्तों में? देयर सो मेनी, है ना? द गोपिकास आर देयर, द अर्जुनास आर देयर, देर ऑल महाभक्तास, द उद्धवास भक्त, है ना? यू आर रीडिंग ऑल पुराणास, इतने सारे, ईच वन इज फैंटास्टिक। नारद जी इज ए वंडरफुल एग्जाम्पल। भक्ति के लिए एक आइडल। इन द सेम वे कर्मयोग के लिए वन आइडल यू हैव टू हैव इन द माइंड। Look at who have worked so vigorously in serving world, redeeming the world of samsara, and himself got benefit of antakarana shuddhi. एक को हमारे सामने, then what he has done, how he has done, we inquire, then we get the substantial data we can do. अगर कोई आइडियल नहीं है, हाँ कर्मयोग करना है तो जब चाहिए करते हो, नहीं तो नहीं करते। बट किसी को एग्जाम्पल बनाया तो देयर इज मोर चांस ऑफ our healthily not competing, I use that word only, healthily we compare with him or compete with him, that I also want to be like that. Is it like if you take Hanuman ji, how he went for Mother Sita search, day in and day out, without that rest or food, he was there for Ramakaj Karibeko Atura. So that point of Hanuman ji of Ramakaj Karibeko Atura is important for us. And that you will draw as an inspiration when you keep Hanuman ji as idol. So too the fixation that the Paramatma alone is reality, Bhakti mein, like Prahlad. His father said, there's no God, I am God, worship me. But Prahlad ji says, I want to say, but क्या करूं मैं, नारायण ही भगवान है मेरे लिए, है तुम्हारे अंदर भी वो है, लेकिन तुम वो नहीं हो। So that sort of thing. So too कर्म योग में एक. So too if you are doing the yoga sadhana, so take one person who's a yogi doing great sadhana. It is he's in the present also, or maybe of past. Then remember, draw inspiration. It's all for inspiration. And also to know the methodology. When we are at the level of ego, we don't feel the need of all of that. That's the biggest obstacle in sadhana. That ego you have to drop. And we should know that we have to evolve spiritually. For evolving, every paddhati which helps in evolution is useful, is noble. One of them is this. Keep someone as an ideal. As an idol. We have no enmity with anybody. Why should we have enmity? हाँ, तो अब वो तो स्टेज पार हो गया ना। वी हैव क्रॉस द राग द्वेष स्थिति, वी नीड इंस्पिरेशन, सो वी आर कीपिंग समबडी एज आइडल। इन द सेम वे इन द ज्ञान मार्ग, कीप समवन एज आइडल, लाइक द नचिकेता और लाइक शौनक ऋषि ऑफ मुंडक उपनिषद और भृगुर्वै वारुणी, है ना? देन एंटर इनटू देयर लाइफ कैरेक्टर, देन सी हाउ दे बिल्ट देमसेल्व्स एज ए पर्टिकुलर साधक in that way. So let us imbibe them. सबसे important है, we have to reach the goal for which we have come. Purpose. Purpose is Paramatma Prapti. In that, all sadhanas required. In that, some ideal we are selecting, we are following them. Sometimes, truly, even if we copy them, nothing wrong. As long as it is helping us. पहले साधना करना, आगे बढ़ना है बस. isn't it? In many things for us, Puja Gurudev can be the example. Ideal. Ideal is not to be worshipped that way, dur se. No. Is to be followed or copied. What he has done. That's important. Not just I will say Gurudev great and I do puja to him and I live my own life useless. Nahi, according to him. Thought fixation. In all this specific, when we have, then there is a confidence in there. The mind will not go here and there. माइंड को चांस देना ही नहीं. ये सारे अभी तक जो कहा सब दिमाग का काम है. दिमाग को काम कराते देना, कराते करना. The mind should be subservient to it, should be a servant to that intellect. He should only execute the orders. Mind should not even have an idea of giving a suggestion also. And mind gives such continuous, like you fixed Naraji to be your ideal. Then it says, but why Naraji? Why not somebody else? You shut up, I decided. Abbas. How the Naraji was always in Bhagavan Nama, always goes from one place to other, only to create the relation between Bhakta and Bhagavan. इस तरह से कोई भी. So fixation in that. Okay. Then one very important thing, fixation now. We talk about final one is what? Ki in the Karma Yoga, in the Bhakti Yoga, in the Yoga Sadhana, in the mainly Jnana Yoga, mein, at least 4 or 5 minimum. 5 minimum. Shlokas or the mantras, even one sentence, not word, a sentence, should be our ideal. We have to fix our thought for that. That I will follow this and I will achieve this. है ना? Like भगवद गीता एग्जाम्पल ले लो, सॉरी भक्ति एग्जाम्पल ले लो. तो एग्जाम भक्ति के लिए सम सेंटेंसेस लाइक व्हाट भगवान सेड गीता में, माम एकम शरणम व्रज, लिख लो उसको. That should be the source of inspiration from the Shastra. I'm talking about the thought fixation regarding the guidance or practice to be done according to some Shastra Vakya. Because Shastra ke anusar jina hai humko. Tasmat Shastra Brahmanam te. Yesterday we saw Vasishti ji also saying that. How beautiful that was. And we are the ones who are following Shastra Adhyanam. Our whole life is dedicated for it. और हम खुद ही कुछ सेंटेंसेस को शास्त्रों के साधना के लिए नहीं ले रहे हैं, तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? व्हाट आर वी टेलिंग द वर्ल्ड? व्हाट आर वी प्रूविंग? कि आई स्टडी ऑल शास्त्र बट नॉट इवन वन सेंटेंस आई रिमेंबर, नॉट इवन वन थिंग आई प्रैक्टिस. तो जोकर है ये तो. वी आर the main thing itself we are missing there. So for the main 4 sadhanas of Karma Yoga, Ashtanga, Bhakti, Jnana, 4, 4, 5 things. Apart from that, for other traits that are required, other qualifications that are required, for that also, one sentence to 2 sentences fixed on hai. There are some people, some quotes they take up and they live life according to that quotation and they go on growing and excelling. And ask them after their good achievement, ये कैसा हुआ आपने ऐसा जीत. That was a sentence inspired me and I take that as ideal and I follow. Good, no? That yesterday that girl, so wonderful it was to listen. सुना आप लोगों ने? The one who got the bronze medal for India, first bronze in that Paris Olympics. 10-meter air pistol, whatever she was. Wonderful in that 56 seconds video. She was asked, how come you maintain your calm and quiet? She just said, I remember Lord Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, he said, Karmanya Vadikaraste Mafaleshu Gadachana. She didn't quote that shloka, but that's the shloka she was having in mind. I just believed in what I can do, as Gita Krishna said. I focused only on what I had to do. I have done it, therefore I got the medal. वो लड़की को तो मैं तो कहता नमस्कार करें. बाकी सारे बेशरम लोग throughout the world, including politicians, never quote our shastras from there where they got inspiration, and then they are living a successful life. This girl, when she said, I was stunned and shocked, and I was so much admiring her. In Gita, Krishna said, I followed that principle of karmanyavadikaraste maphaleshu. Therefore, I was calm and quiet, and I was only putting my head on my process, and then I got it. These all other stupid fellows, the cricketers वगैरह इतने हैं ना, करोड़ों करोड़ कमाते हैं. एक नालायक ने अभी तक बोला क्या? एवरीबडी, इवन फिल्म स्टार, कि मैं शास्त्र फॉलो करता हूँ. करते नहीं होंगे इसलिए बोलते नहीं होंगे. कोई करते हैं, बट दे डोंट इवन कोट. But that girl, she's karmanyavadhikarist. If she has answered that thing for a question, how much Gita is in her mind? इतना पढ़ी होगी वो. She says, I am the regular follower of it. And she immediately gave that shloka meaning. So she fixed her mind in that. She got the medal she got in Olympics. Result तो आ गया ना. Like that, every organization has some quotation. Like LIC, Yogakshemam Vahamyam. And those Indian Air Force, Namasprusham Deeptam, that's also Gita ka hai. Like the Vidya Bhavano, Ano Bhadra Krato Yantu Vishwata. Some people have those quotations for their inspiration. In our life also, for your bhakti, what is the inspirational sentence? Anna? Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Or in Gita, there are 50 are there, you can select any 4 5 of them. In Bhagavad Purana, so many are there. We all studied all of them. आप फिर से रेफर करके लिख लो. So to for the Vedanta, 5 mantras of the Upanishads. है ना? For Vedanta it is easy because we have Mahavakyas, they themselves can be the ideals for us. The nature of the self, Prajnanam Brahma, the Upadesha is Tattvamasi, then the Anusandhana is Ayamatma Brahma, and the goal is Aham Brahmas. Many other sentences of Vedanta, like Gita, Maya Tatavidam Sarvam Jagat Avyakta Murti Namatstani, 9th chapter, or 7th one, Matta Partaram Nanyat Kinchidasti. These are all the Tattva Bodhaka Vakya hai. Or Sarvam hi etad Brahma, Ayamatma Brahma. See the Mandukya Upanishad wala. 5 sentences for Jnana Marga. So too for the Yoga Marga. Yoga Marga, so easy. अभ्यास वैराग्याभ्याम तन्निरोधः और तपस्वाध्यायेश्वर प्रणिधानानि क्रिया योग. In that again ईश्वर प्रणिधानाद वा और योगांगानुष्ठानाद अशुद्धि क्षये ज्ञान दीप्ति आविवेक ख्याते है, which is a sutra before the Ashtanga Yoga started. In the same way, Karma Yoga, Karmanyavadika, Abhayakvaya, Mahafalesh Kudacha. So we have to be fixed in our at least 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, 20, and some 10 more mantras. Like for fearlessness, Gita second chapter, Klaibhyam Asmagama Partha, Nayetatva Upapadyate, Shudram Hrude Daurbalyam Tyakta Uttishta Parantapa. That is to give up that fear, etc. Then Dukkha, Dukkeshu Anudvignamanaha, Sukheshu Vigadaspuraha. That is to be balanced when the situations are not conducive, givers of dukkha, etc. Then to be precautionary, है ना, ध्याय तो विषयान पुंसा संगस्तेषु बजाय. कुछ ना कुछ तो हमको इंस्पायर करने वाले श्लोक हमारे सामने होना है. फिक्स करके उसको फ्लेक्सी में उसको प्रिंट करा के लगाओ बस. दैट इज माय आइडिया. सो द शास्त्र mantras are ideals, the individuals are the ideals, fixed thought fixation. Then we are fixed that we'll do bhakti, jnana, karma, and ashtanga yoga, and in that also our sadhanas are also fixed. And main fixed thing is we have come here only to know the self. And these are all anvaya sadhana thought fixations. The Vyatireka sadhana thought fixation kya hai? We are not here to suffer. We are not here to entangle in big people, etc. We are only to get rid of that, to cut off all that nonsense. You know, if you are not ruthless, fixed like this, then the sentiments, then the emotions, then the obligations, every nonsense will come. It's a bakwas. Sadhaka cannot afford to waste his time, energy in these unwanted things. If we are not clear about it, then we are just passing time. We are not using time. We are living life not with purpose. There is no difference between us with all the Shastras studied and those who have never. Okay, thank you. ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः एरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तान्नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ सुकृते दिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शनलालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणेव मोक्षसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगति एकता शान्त्यर्थं अस्मिन् धर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्धानां निरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययनसाधनाप्रयत्नमध्ये श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशङ्करभाष्यसमेत अध्ययन पारायण अध्ययनसाधनाप्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 पारायणं जस्ट चैंट फर्स्ट 5 mantras ॐ हरिः ॐ ब्रह्मवादिनो वदन्ते किं कारणं ब्रह्म कुतस्म जाताः जीवामकेन क्व च सम्प्रतिष्ठाः अधिष्ठता केन सुखेतरेषु वर्तामहे ब्रह्मविदो व्यवस्थाम् कालस्वभावो नियतिर्यदृच्छा भूतानि योनिः पुरुष इति चिन्त्य संयोग येषां नत्वात्मभावात् आत्माप्यनीशः सुखदुःखहेतोः ते ध्यानयोगानुगता अपश्यन् देवात्मशक्तिं स्वगुणैर्निगूढां यः कारणानि निखिलानि तानि कालात्मयुक्तान्यधितिष्ठत्येकः तमेकनेमिं त्रिवृतं षोडशान्तं शतार्धारं विंशतिप्रत्यराभिः अष्टकैः षड्भिर्विश्वरूपैकपाशं त्रिमार्गभेदं द्विनिमित्तैकमोहं पञ्चस्रोतोऽम्बुं पञ्चयोन्युग्रवक्त्रां पञ्चप्राणोर्भिं पञ्चबुद्ध्यादिमूलां पञ्चावर्तां पञ्चदुःखौघवेशा वेगां पञ्चाशद्भेदां पञ्चपर्वामधीमः ओम शांति 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 नारायण फर्स्ट मंत्र we have started studying sambandha bhashya visa then first line visa kim karanam brahma so all these not the lokavadins not the arthakamavadin not even the dharmavadins they are all brahmavadins beautiful isn't it should we not seek that one that we should be in the company of the Brahmavadins, who by talking on Brahman, continuously adding that knowledge to us, that conviction to us, the inspiration to us. Correct? Beautiful thought it is. May we be always in the company of Brahmavadins and doing only Brahmavadanam. So Brahmavadinah vadanti exhaustively we saw in how many ways that can be understood. Some more can be, but then I leave it for your homework. Now the first line is Kim Karanam Brahma. Some question is there in that one question. First one is Kim is a Swarupa Nirnaya, Swarupa Sambandhi Prashna. Whole Jagat is in front of us. Its Karanam is Brahma, and that Brahman's Swarupa is what? Is the first question. Question's first way of interpretation. The पांच पहलुओं में एक प्रश्न, पांच या चार, है ना? किम स्वरूपम कारणम ब्रह्म, वो कारण ब्रह्म जो है किस स्वरूप का है. सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट? फॉर दिस वर्ल्ड किम ब्रह्म कारणम, because in the next sloka kala swabhava ityadi also discussed. Therefore is Brahman the karanam or kala swabhava niyatir yadrucha, they are the karanam. Same question, kim karanam brahma ka second way of looking at the question. Third one, this Brahman is Swata Siddha, it is accepted as the Karana. Now, which Karana he is? In that three options are there. One is a Upadana Karana, or he is a Nimitta Karana, or he is both Upadana Nimitta Karana. So, in this way, five things. Swarupa of the Brahman, if he is a Karana. Is Brahman the Karana or something else? Third, if he is a Karana, is Upadana or Nimitta or Ubhayam. Then the one more is what? Is he not a Karana? That also came, no? Kim Kim Athava Akaranameva, or is he not the Karana? This is how we have discussed. Now a question, why these many questions? Why this is interpreted in this many ways? Because in subsequent mantras, what answers are given? Okay. The answers cannot be given just like that erratically unless the questions are like that. है ना? दोनों तरफ से देखो, प्रश्न के अनुरूप प्रतिवचन होता है, होना चाहिए, और जो प्रतिवचन दिया है, आंसर इज गिवन, we have to understand that that answer is given because the prashna has got so many varieties in it. So Adi Shankar Bhagavan is justifying why are you giving five interpretations of the single question Kim Karanam Brahma, because the Guru in the further mantras giving five answers. Therefore answer cannot be given if the question is not there. बिना पूछे क्यों बताएंगे? That's what he says in the last. Yadva kim lakshanamiti. Yadva kim lakshanamiti. Now, vakshamana parihara anurupena. Vakshamana, the slokas which are going to come. In that, what is given? Parihara. Parihara means the answer to remove the doubts or questions. So, vakshamana parihara anurupena. According to that only, tantrena, also because of logic, avrutya because of the subject matter or the context in the whole thing, va prashne api sangraha kartavyaha. You have to collect the prashna in this way, that though the sentence is one kim karanam brahma, but it has got these five questions within it. Okay, prashne api sangraha kartavyaha, because prashna apekshatvat pariharasya. Prashna apekshatvat pariharasya. Parihara is depends on the prashna. In like in Gita and Katha Upanishad or Mundaka, mainly we say. If you take Gita, always Arjuna asks, one thing you tell, but never Krishna says one. Because there are options that are there. You have to understand both of them. So though being an army man, you asked one thing, but you should ask two. Therefore, even though you have not asked, your question is incomplete, but I have the complete answer, I'll give complete answer only. Whole Gita runs like that. Prashna ka chota hi hota, but answer lamba. Even Bhagavad Purana. Questions are asked, while giving answer, elaborately answer is given. Because the questioner is immature. He has asked one thing, but he should have asked four. He is immature, but I the answerer, I am not immature. No, so I give all answer, so that even if tomorrow he get that question, he is already given the answer. Or the answer I have given, he will not have a question. Again in Mundaka. What is that knowing which everything becomes known? Question seems very direct. Kasmin विज्ञाते सर्वविदम विज्ञात. तो गुरु नेवर सेड कि इसको जानने से तुमको मोक्ष हो जाए. He said there are two things to know. द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये. Then he has not asked why did he say द्वे. He said Guru is not a gulam to the disciple, na? Sevak कि वो जो पूछा जवाब देंगे. Guru is there to remove the ajnana. Therefore, even though Shishya asked one, he'll tell two. That there are two. Aparavidya, Aparavidya. And then he will explain. Aparavidya also should be known so that you avoid it. Paravidya should be known for you to practice. Otherwise, tomorrow you will practice Aparavidya also, Para, and you say, I didn't get moksha even though I followed what Guru said. देखो शिष्य का प्रश्न अल्प हो सकता है इनकम्प्लीट, गुरु का आंसर कैनॉट बी, इट हैज टू बी कंप्लीट. लाइक इन गीता 16 चैप्टर में भी. तो दैवी गुण कह के छोड़ दो, अवयम सत्व संशुद्धि ज्ञान योग. Why did you give a list of the entire asura gunas? Yesterday we counted 75 asura lakshanas in the 16th chapter. हमारे बच्चों ने काउंट किया. Why did you give? The same thing, yaar. Asura दैवी guna you must know to practice and develop if they are there in you. Don't let them go. The asura gunas you must know to eliminate them. Don't allow them to come into your life. सवाल प्रश्न तुम एक पूछते होंगे लेकिन मेरे को दो तीन पूरा कंप्लीट जवाब देना. तो here also kim karanam brahma, but in that all the five things will come. Swarup of the Brahman, if he is taken as karana. Second is what is Brahman karana or the kala swabhava ityadi. Third one is Brahman is the eternal principle, is the karana, is he nimitta or is he upadana or is both of them. And then is he not a karana? That also you must know. Kim akaranam. So we have seen the first two questions analysis. Kim karanam brahma. Now second question is very beautiful. And its answer with all quotations is very, very important. First one done, Kim Karanam Brahma. Second is what? Kutahasma Jataha. Kutasma Jataha. Okay, all Prani Koti, Jiva Koti, especially in this Brahma Vidya Sadas, whoever are seated, हम अपने लिए पूछ रहे हैं, from where we are born. What reason for which we are born? What purpose for which we are born? Thought fixation. अभी सुबह सुबह हम देख रहे थे. किस लिए हम आए? दुखी होने के लिए नहीं. So कुतस्म जाता. Let us see that sentence today. Only एक प्रश्न. कि कुतस्म जाता means कुतः जाता means कौन? स्म means indeed. और किसी के बारे हम क्यों पूछे तू क्यों पैदा हुआ? अरे मेरे को तो अपने लिए पूछना है ना. Therefore कुतस्म जाता is vayam. So vayam is adyar. That's what is the intelligence. So where from the born will be the sentence. And where from born who? Or whoever is born from whatever, what is the need of that question or answer? We have to ask about ourselves. Therefore, vayam is added. Adyara means adding a word to complete the sentence for giving a complete perfect meaning as per the context. So, कहाँ से जन्म हुए? कौन? हम. Therefore, vayam kutasme jata. Then who are vayam has to be specifically mentioned, no? Therefore, beautifully here, our Shankar Bhagwan says, Vayam kon hai? Karya karana vantah jata. So those who are vanta, like Bhagavala, Bhagavanta, Gunavala, Gunavanta. In the same way, Karya karana vala, Karya karana van, Karya karana vantah. So we are Karana, not Karana. So Karya karana vantah, isn't it? By saying this sentence itself, we are told to be somebody other than the Upadis. कार्य मीन्स द स्थूल शरीर. पंच महाभूतों के कार्य होने के कारण wherever in Vedanta you listen the word karya, you immediately understand it is स्थूल शरीर and all the objects of the world. And the karana, I need not tell you, all the 14 of the karanas. Jnanendriya, Karmendriya and Antahkarana. So कार्य करणवंतः मीन्स स्थूल सूक्ष्म शरीर को लेकर जो हम हैं, कुतस्म जाता, from what we are born. from where we are born. Okay? Now, here, the subtlety of the question is what? कुतस्म जाता का, इट्स नॉट ए लिटरल क्वेश्चन कि जो माँ बाप के पेट से जन्म लिए या नहीं तो प्रारब्ध से जन्म लिए. दिस आर ऑल लोअर लेवल ऑफ डिस्कशंस. हियर डायरेक्टली उपनिषद की बात हो रही ना. उपनिषद रेसेस दिस क्वेश्चन फॉर दिस रीजन. ही सेज, लिसन, कि स्वरूपेण जीवानाम उत्पत्त्यादि असंभवात्. स्वरूपेण जीवानाम उत्पत्ति आदि असंभवात्. से जीव है, उनका स्वरूप है. फ्रॉम द स्वरूप दृष्टि देखा जाए, ये जीव का उत्पत्ति आदि तो होता ही नहीं. जीवानाम स्वरूपेण, अंडरलाइन दैट वर्ड. Therefore, jiva is kalpita. He has got a swarupa behind, adhisthana behind. Therefore, adhisthana का तो जन्मादि नहीं होता. That adhisthana is the adhisthana for the jiva. Jiva is only kalpita. कल्पित का जन्म मरण होता नहीं. Isn't it? That which is projected cannot have birth or death. And the self has no birth. So, the point is, Swarupena Jivanam Utpatyadi Asambhavat. But we are experiencing, na? People are born, we are born, etc. ये क्या हो रहा है? So, in this, all the three things are told. The Swarupa is Paramatma, उनमें जन्मादि नहीं है. Jiva is projected है. इवन उनका भी जन्म मरण हो नहीं सकता, बट फिर भी वी आर एक्सपीरियंसिंग द जन्म एंड मरण. देखो कुतस्म जाता. सो इन दिस द क्वेश्चन अबाउट वेयर फ्रॉम द बर्थ इज हैपनिंग और क्रिएशन इज हैपनिंग. फ्रॉम द मांडुक्य स्टैंड पॉइंट, इट्स ओनली इन द इमेजिनेशन, देयर इज नो क्रिएशन एट ऑल. आंसर्स विल कम. सो प्रूव्स तथा च श्रुति. श्रुति हैज सेड सो मेनी प्लेसेस दैट द स्वरूप ऑफ द जीव इज आत्मन, इट हैज नो जन्म. So what it is? Ki na jayate mriyate va vipaschita. The vipaschita, the pure conscious self, na jayate, it is never born. Na mriyate, it never dies also. In Gita, it's called kadachit. In Upanishad, it's called vipaschit. न जायते म्रियते वा विपश्चित नायम कुतश्चिन्न बभूव कश्चित अजो नित्य शाश्वतोयम न पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. गीता में न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायम भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः. Then the next portion is same. अजो नित्य शाश्वतोयम पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. In there Veda vinashnam chittam, either hanta chen manete hantu. First quotation. Second one is what? Now we have to mind it. Najayate mrete va vipaschit, quotation by Shankara, is to be taken so seriously because we have to study Upanishad seriously. In this, by this quotation, we have to remember that we are that self which is without Janma Marana. Okay. Now the next one is very useful. What is it? Jiva petam vava kila idam mriyate na jivo mriyate iti. अर्लियर वाज कठोपनिषद कोटेशन, आपका जो है छांदोग्य उपनिषद का. ओके. जीव अपेतम वाव किल इदम, इदम मीन शरीरम. जीव अपेतम वाव किल इदम म्रियते, इदम इज शरीरम, न जीवः म्रियते इति. So there are three things there. One is a sharira, second is jiva, and is jiva's adhisthana. Therefore, which is dying? The sharira is dying when the jiva goes away from it. Therefore, sharira and jiva दोनों अलग है. Therefore, our first spiritual sadhana is to come from the jiva bhava to the deha bhava to the jiva bhava. और ये जीव का मरण नहीं होता. But jiva only again concept. Who is reality? The Atman. Atma also has no janam marana. So inquiry already started. Therefore, who is born? Is the sharira or is the Atman or is the jiva? Who is dying? Is the sharira, is jiva or Atma? You know, we discussed this earlier in other context. Luckily, neither of these three are born nor they die. Atman is the eternal principle. Therefore, it is no birth, no death. Jiva is only a concept. It's only a conditional expression. The reflection of the Atman in the Chid Ahamrutti. चिदाभास है वो जीव. तो उसका भी मरण जन्म नहीं होता. Like the reflection of a sun in the mirror is neither born nor died because it's not real. It's only a reflection. Think about now Sharira, it came from Panchamahabhutas. While it was there, it was also sustained only because of Panchamahabhuta. It goes back into Panchamahabhuta. You can't call the शरीर को अभी जन्म लिया या मरण हुआ उसका. पंचमहाभूत से प्रकट हुआ, पंचमहाभूत में फिर विलीन हो गया. It's only in between the combination of the Panchamahabhutas. We call it as Janma. When the disintegration होता है उसका, we call it as Marana. But what from the Sharira is made? Panchamahabhuta. Did they die? No. Then where is death? No, think in these lines. All the misconception of death and the fears, they all go away. That's called in Yoga Bhasha, the fifth of the Klesha, the Avinivesha. And Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Avinivesha. Avinivesha is what? A fear born out of experience for many times that we died in earlier lives. That's why, even though in this life we are not dead, still we have all the time the fear of death. All that is bevakufi, ignorance, because for whatever the earlier death's reasons that we are afraid today, we never died in the past also. कॉमन सेंस ना, अगर डाइड होते तो आप कैसे जिंदा है? मैं मर गया तब पहले, तो मर गया तो नहीं होना चाहिए ना. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ मर गया. व्हाट इज द डेथ? द पोस्टीरियर एब्सेंस. बर्थ इज द एंटीरियर एब्सेंस. आई एम बॉर्न कहने के लिए भी मुझे रहना चाहिए पहले. देन आई एम बॉर्न, आई हैव टू से. If you say I am born, then you are there. When you are there, how do you born? How are you born? जो ऑलरेडी है उसका तो जन्म नहीं होता ना. So too, I died. If you are died, how are you right now there then? If you are there means you are not dead only, no? Thank God. These thinking subtle logical. When we don't use, we are only in the notions. And notions have nothing to give us other than fear and misery. And the whole government has the national problems, and all you and the individuals have the notional problems. Only notion only. Think about that. These are the quotations when we inquire ना, हमको ऐसा ज्वेल टाइप ऑफ नॉलेज मिल जाता है. अब सेलिब्रेट करो, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डाई, देयर इज नो डेथ टू मी. होल्ड ऑन टू दिस नॉलेज. गया सारा फियर. Even as a jiva, I'll get another sharira and better people around. And why worry? Why to be again as a continuous jiva? Dismantle that concept of jiva by discovering the substrate. Okay. So, jiva apetam vava. Kila idam mriyate. Idam, the sharira dies when it is separated from the jiva. When the jiva goes, उसके लिए शरीर था, इसलिए अब शरीर का उनसे काम हो गया खत्म. अब दूसरे को तो घर नहीं दिया जा सकता. Therefore, that body gets disintegrated. We talked about no death to Sharira, Jiva and Atman from the ultimate standpoint. उसको साइड पे रखो. तो यहाँ कह रहे जीव को मरण नहीं होता, शरीर को होता है. जीवा अपेता means that Sharira which is freed from Jiva or Jiva left this body, that dies. As much that sentence is important. Second is na Jiva mriyate iti. जीव का भी मरण नहीं होता. हो गया. दिस इज चांदोग्य कोटेशन. Another one what? Jara mrityu sharirasya. The old age and death are to the sharira. Even if you accept it to sharira, it is to sharira only, not to me. At least come to the level of jiva. Aham jiva asmi. Aham dehosmi. देखो how much aham dehosmi thought is being made stronger by our words, thoughts and actions. And the whole world is doing only that one. When I am saying I am Jiva, then all Arthakama become important. Because Jiva, Deha needs that. When I say I am Deha, sorry. The moment I say I am Jiva, immediately Dharma becomes important. When I say I am the Atman, then Moksha becomes important. Purushartha, predominant. Our thinking will be oriented in that direction. Reversely, if my thinking is always in the direction of Artha Kama, तो aham dehosmi में हूँ मैं. If my attention is always in doing dharma and punya, I am in jivosmi. If my attention is always in spiritual knowledge of Upanishads, I am into going towards aham brahmasmi or the moksha purusharth. टेस्ट अपने लिए हम कहाँ खड़े हैं. सो जन्म जरा मृत्यु शरीरस्य, अनदर कोटेशन. सो कुतस्म जाताः. So that's a question, but the answer is in the question only. Where from we are born? We are never born. Therefore, we don't modify. Therefore, we don't die. Then where are all the modifications, etc.? In the upadhis. What are the upadhis? Kalpita. Where from? The Maya. For what purpose? Don't ask. माया का अर्थ ही सवाल मत पूछो. अगर कोई दूसरी बात नहीं होती तो पूछ सकते, सवाल अटक सकते हैं. दूसरी बात तो है. व्हाट इज इट? डिस्कवर द सबस्ट्रेट ऑफ ऑल क्वेश्चंस गो अवे. All problems go away. When that option is there, opt it. That's it. See the subtlety of Vedanta. You don't know Atman, then only the Maya starts working. When you ask the questions about Maya, you will never get an answer for it. At the same time, you will never get the Paramatma also, because you are not asking about it. Whereas you ask about Bhagavan, you get Bhagavan, and when the Lord isn't realized, there's no Maya, there's no question required thereafter. Possible. This is how the trick we have to understand. When you listen to Shastras, Upanishads, daily, regularly, slowly these things will happen. फिर some people जल्दी होता है, हम जैसे थोड़ा बुद्धू, intellectual lazy people है, थोड़ा time लगता है. But सबको मिल जाएगा वो ज्ञान, लगातार लगे रहने से. छोड़ना ही नहीं बस, 10 जिंदगी भी लग जाए, हम तो शास्त्र नहीं छोड़े. मैं तो ये डिसाइड कर लिया बाबा, I will not leave my Shastra till the whole thing is clearly, completely understood, practiced, experienced, and convinced about, established. बिकॉज इसी में सब कुछ है. ये छोड़ दिया तो किसकी बात सुनोगे, कहाँ जाओगे, कौन है गाइड करने वाला? शास्त्र एंड द गुरु. नेक्स्ट वन, अविनाशी वा अरे अयम आत्मा अनुच्छित्ति धर्मा. अरे माय डियर, दिस आत्मन इज अविनाशी, अनडाइंग, अनुच्छित्ति, अनब्रोकन. उच्छेदन, काटना पीटना और विनाश दोनों नहीं होता इस आत्मा में. दिस इज द बृहदारण्यकोपनिषद मैत्रेयी ब्राह्मण इति. And tata cha smriti, after giving 5 quotes from the Upanishad, smriti grantha ka quotation de rahe, whichever that smriti grantha, aja sharira grahanat sahajata iti kirtyate iti. So ajaha, the unborn Paramatma, sharira grahanat, because of he taking the sharira, identified with the sharira, jata iti kirtyate, he is talked in that language that he is born. अजह शरीर ग्रहणात जायते इति कीर्त्यते. अजह है वो तो अनबॉर्न, बट शरीर ग्रहणात, बिकॉज इज आइडेंटिफाइड विद द शरीर, मतलब शरीर से आत्म तादात्म्य जो होता है, शरीर का जन्म को लेकर वो आत्मा का जन्म, ऐसा कहता है, कहते हैं लोग. तो अजह शरीर ग्रहणात जायते इति कीर्ति, जाता इति कीर्त्यते. एक्चुअली द सेल्फ इज नॉट बॉर्न. शरीर इज रूपनाम. Like the mud taking the Rupanama is called as the pot is born. The Rupanama is Sharira, mainly Rupa. Mud given a Rupa is a birth of pot. Mud is not born. Rupa is never independent of the mud. But we give Drushti, our Drushti is on the shape of the pot, utility of the pot. So much importance to that we are not able to recognize the unborn, unchanging, undying mud in it. And with pot we have samsara, मेरा pot, तुम्हारा pot, तुम मेरे pot का पानी मत पी लेना, ये सारा संसार. एक दिन टूट गया pot, ओ सफर. So kutasma jataha, second question. Where from we are born, for what reason we are born. तो इसमें सारे आंसर है. लाइक हम व्यष्टि प्रारब्ध के लिए वी आर बॉर्न, समष्टि प्रारब्ध के लिए वी आर बॉर्न, ईश्वर इच्छा से वी आर बॉर्न, टू बी ए पॉन इन हिज हैंड वी आर बॉर्न. All are answers at the different levels. But all of them are not the moksha giving answers. The moksha giving answer is we are that self which is never born. Born. You know, we are that self which is never born. Like as I give example, kurchi is born for the sake of sitting, table is born for putting the head and sleeping, stool is born to stand on that and take something. These are all born for different purposes. But basically, the wood is never born. The wood is a substratum very much there in every of the chair, table, stool. Isn't it? Vedanta Karthikena, knowing standpoint of everything and knowing the ultimate standpoint. Not compromising ultimate standpoint for the sake of the lower, only because in the lower standpoint there is bondage, there is misery, there is dukkha. Ultimate में कुछ नहीं है. Therefore, ultimate standpoint पकड़कर play in the other standpoints for the sake of play. Okay, then Kim Karanam Brahma Kotasma Jata. Now, Jivama Kena. That's a good question. Tomorrow we'll see that. Om, 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 Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane स्तुति मात्रे नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. धन्यवाद संतों.